Howdy out there, it's David Duford at davidduford.com, where I coach, train, and recruit insurance producers to become top insurance producers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program here today. So today continues my live examples of implementing my training in the real world with real prospects. Today we're going to cover how to sell guaranteed issue and how to present guaranteed issue to somebody who may not actually want to have a guaranteed issue policy. For you new guys out there who are starting to sell final expense insurance, what guaranteed issue refers to is a no questions asked life insurance policy that doesn't ask questions. You can just literally have a pulse and barely reach the application, sign your name, you're approved, with the condition that you do not get natural death coverage for the first 2 years. You have to pay into it 2 years after the effective date, and then voila, you're fully covered. In many of our minds as agents, this is kind of hard to sell, right? We like taking care of our clients. We want to get them fully covered if possible, but there's going to be circumstances where people's health just doesn't make sense. So how do you sell guaranteed issue and shoot the client straight and sell it with conviction and still sell the fact that it's a good deal? Well, I'm going to let you listen. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to play you a real life sales call I did where I sell a guaranteed issue policy and explain to the client in plain English why it's good, and then, what the bad sides are, and why that's still a good decision to buy anyway. So without further ado, let's listen.
So that's the good side. The rates are fixed. Coverage ever canceled due to age or health. The bad side, I don't say bad side, but the not so good side, the fine print, if you will. I'd rather you know this from me than find out and start paying and feel, well, that agent screwed me over. Is that this one, like your wife's plan, would have a waiting period. And the reason is because you've got the combination of insulin, you've got the combination of COPD. That's the main issue, and the diabetic neuropathy. There's no company that will cover you first day full coverage that I know of at this point in the stage. Okay? So the question becomes, you have to take out a plan with a waiting period. Now, it will pay if you die from an accident, okay? And it will pay you money back to your beneficiaries if you die from natural causes within the first year. So you don't lose money. You get 10% interest, too, on top of it. So it's better than putting it at the bank. So the reason you get this plan is because, not for today. I wish I could cover you from the first day. It's just impossible. But once you get past the 2 years, it's perfect. You'll be so glad you had it, because today you're going to have a waiting period. If you wait a year, 2 years, 5 years, you're still going to have a waiting period. You're going to have to do 2 years at that point anyway. Now, to address some of your concerns, number one, what happens if you get in a bind? You can't make a payment. All these.
So there you have it. So that's how I sell the guaranteed issue plans when they come up. The key elements to selling guaranteed issue is to be frank and direct. Tell them they are not covered for the first 2 years for natural death. However, also make sure that you sell the benefits. And there are benefits to selling guaranteed issue. Number one, they are covered for accidental death, so that means something. It's better than nothing. And then number two, if they died in the first 2 years, they get their money back plus some kind of interest depending on which carrier you're selling. But that's not all you need to say. You need to go further than that. You need to be more conceptual in what it is that you're trying to sell and the importance of doing it today and not waiting another year, 2, 5 years. So along that line, what I said at that instant is that, look, I'm not selling this. I don't want to sell you a plan where there's no coverage, but there's just no option. So why would you do it anyway? Well, the main reason to do it is because if you wait, two things happen. You get older, the price goes up, and you still have to wait 2 years. Why not just get over that 2-year hump now so that in 2 years you're fully covered and you're so glad that you actually took the plan out? And now that you have effective, awesome coverage, and God forbid if anything happens, you've relieved that burden from your family. Because if you don't do anything, you're still in the same position, just paying more, and you got to wait 2 years anyway. So that's how you handle it. This strategy is what I teach all of my agents. It is the best way to sell guaranteed issue. The first way I learned this, believe it or not, the upline that I was associated with said, well, just the less you say or the less you tell, the more you sell. And I was like, really? That's not cool. I would rather tell these people the facts and just be upfront with them than have another agent come in 3 months later and just think of me as a lesser person. Honest, transparent selling works. There is a lack of transparency in the world, okay? Like we suffer from a lack of honesty and transparency. Embrace the bad news because really it's not bad news. It's good news. It's really good news that these people in horrible shape can get coverage. You have to focus, though, on the benefits as opposed to the drawbacks. And the truth is, if you project that this is bad, which I do because I want to get my clients first day full coverage. So this is why I did this, because I was projecting this bad thing. Oh, I can't get you to, coverage for 2 years. What you got to do is project the benefits in this and think of what good comes from it. It's much like as we look at life. We can look at life as, the cup is half full or if it's half empty. And there isn't a clear advantage to getting some kind of coverage on the books today. Even if it's not what we would ideally like, sometimes it's not always what we want. If we try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. So hopefully you enjoyed this training. Please put it to good use. My name is David Duford. The website, if you'd like to reach me, is davidduford.com. That's where you can learn more about joining my agency, learning to sell, learning the craft of selling insurance. I specialize in recruiting and training agents in final expense, annuity sales, and other product lines. You can learn more about what it is that I offer by going to my website and clicking the Join Dave's Agency button at the top of the menu. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment below, and make sure you share with some other agents who need to hear this stuff. And if you do comment, I'll make sure to comment back to you and help you with anything at all that you have questions with. Again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every last one of you for taking time out of your busy day to learn and experience the David Duford content. And you guys have a good rest of the day, okay? See ya.